Hello everybody and welcome to another Mystery Box Function Challenge. In the purple mystery box there is some math and your challenge is to figure out what it is. Because it's Friday, this math is going to be particularly challenging today. You can use the link in the description to try this out on your own, and when you've got an idea, come on back and see if we get the same thing. All right, I'm going to start with a 0. So 0 gives us 1. How about a 1? 1 gives us a 2. And how about a 2? Gives us a 4. So maybe this is just a quadratic, or maybe it's an exponential. How about a 3? That'll tell the difference between quadratic and exponential. So I am starting to think exponential. It goes through the point 0, 1, and then these are all powers of 2. So let's predict then, if I put in a negative 1, that should give us 0.5. So negative 1. Oh, nope. Okay. How about negative 2? So now we're getting that left-right symmetry, as if this was a quadratic. How about a negative 3? I'm not sure the numbers are right, though, for a quadratic. It seems like it's shooting up a little too much. So it goes up 1 in this first, and then it goes up another 2. And that makes sense if this were x squared. Whoops. If this were an x squared, and it looks like it's up off the origin by 1, x squared plus 1. If you put in a 0, you're just going to get 1. If you put in a 1, you would square that and get 1 plus 1 is 2. If you put in a 2, you would square that and get 4 and plus 1. So this should actually be at 5 and when it's at 4. And then if you put in a 3, you should get 10 rather than 8, right? Because 3 squared is 9 plus 1. So I'm just going to look at a few more positive numbers. I think I might know what's going on with this one. Yeah, so I'm putting these in because I'm thinking we're dealing with powers of 2, and 2 to the 4th is 16, 2 to the 5th is 32nd. So I think an exponential really is what we're dealing with somehow. It's just that this is not the shape of the graph we're used to looking at. So I'm going to just sketch in 2 to the x, because actually from here on out, this looks like 2 to the x. But why are we getting this? Well, it's like a mirror image. Oh, okay. Actually, let's investigate a little closer. So I want to go into 1/2 and negative 1/2 and maybe 1/4. So there's 1/2. And negative 1/2. Yeah, it's not quite what you'd expect if this was a quadratic. It's not flattening out enough. How about 1/4? And negative 1/4. So it's a little hard to see with these big dots, but it's coming to a sharp point here. And we're getting left and right symmetry with a sharp point at the vertex. What function does that remind you of? Well, it reminds me of the absolute value. So that, I think we've got somehow an exponential and an absolute value function at the same time. And the logical place to do this would be right here. I think that's actually going to work. I think this is it. Because when you put in, say, a 1 or a negative 1, you're going to get the same result. It's going to be 2 to the 1st at 2. If you put in a 2 or a negative 2, it's going to be 2 squared or 4, etc. So you get this nice mirror image with kind of a point, sharp point down at the bottom. So I believe this function is 2 to the absolute value of x. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that and see if we're right. Yeah, 2 to the absolute value of x. Let's graph this one. What an interesting shape. It's almost looking like a parabola, except it's got a sharp point. And then, it's accelerating pretty quickly here in that exponential fashion. Well, how did that go for you? I think that was a very tough one. Did you come up with exponential? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.